iRacing, you wanted the best, you got them 4 abreast. Often imitated, never duplicated. The greatest show on dirt, the world of Outlaws.
And the 12 machine of Alex Bergeron waits, he gets on it, green flag flies, 50 laps on the board, and Leonardi times that start to perfection. Bergeron's going to have to make that bottom work, and he cannot do it. Zach Leonardi's going to lead them down the back straightaway for the first time, as the entire field is pretty much side by side. 24 machine, though, doesn't get it right in 3 and 4. He got into the wall, and Bergeron closed a huge amount through the exit of 3.
I was going to say he had a 3-car lead going into corners number 3 and 4 in the first lap, but he threw that one away, put it on the outside wall. That was all on him, as there's a rut forming right on the entry to 3. There's a rut right where the wall kind of starts taking the turn. That's going to upset these cars. These drivers are going to have to understand that real quick, as it looks to me we got a good old battle going on for the 7th and 6th position between Matthew McKinney and Mike McKinney. So both the McKinneys going at it hard here at lap number 3.
Oh, and one of them gets a little bit of a bump from Casey Kerwin, who's going to take that spot. The Dead Zone Racing driver moves himself up into the 7th spot, doing a good job here working his way forward, up 3 spots in at the opening couple of laps. See the 1 machine of Austin Carr, he's up a spot as well, running inside the top 10. It's pretty much the entire back half of the field side by side, and out in front things are getting interesting. Alex Bergeron had the lead for the moment, but Zach Leonardi takes it back, and Howard Weaver is there getting aggressive. He's going to sling it down to the bottom on his teammate of Alex Bergeron, going to try to carry that momentum up, and I think he's going to nose into 2nd for now. Will he get him cleared through 1 and 2?
He is going to stick to that bottom line come hell or high water. Here comes John Fiddler. Fiddler wants some of this action. Weaver understandably starts going into a massive slide job from Austin Sullivan, by the way. Mike McKinney is able to easily defend that, as the entire field is absolutely on it right now. Mike McKinney tries it again. Austin Sullivan is able to get right on through, as that inside line seems to be good for 1 lap. It's actually the leader's leg. Leonardi goes into the outside wall. Alex Bergeron goes in, and he makes contact with Howard Weaver.
A little bit of contact for your top 3, top 4. Bergeron able to maintain momentum up top. He get kind of shuffled around, and it was a couple big hits, but I think for the most part, Cam cars are okay, but might have loosened him up just a little bit. Zach Leonardi now is going to have a lead as we go yellow.
Justin Thomas. That is Justin Thomas, the 23 machine. He's gotten suspension damage. He went through a spin cycle, as that was Kevin Dedman and Brandon Schmidt involved in that one. Looks to me like, actually, Schmidt wasn't involved at all. He just went to the outside wall, got turned, went upside down, and his day is going to be done. But that incident with Leonardi and Bergeron, that could have been bad, Randy. That was coming off the exit of 4. Everyone is at the absolute peak of their suspension grip, and Leonardi, he ended up going and rubbing that outside wall. That could have been terrible.
Definitely could have been, as these guys are going to get rolling here, and I believe they'll be in for a double file restart, but that was a bit crazy out in front. I believe we only have Justin Thomas, I believe, is the only car that's going to be off the racetrack, so it's been a pretty decent race here, pretty clean, but things are getting physical. That top groove cam, bottom's not fast, but the top is just hard to run right now with as slick as it is, because it's pretty much slickened up almost right up to the outside wall.
For me, what's happening is that outside line, you got to run it like Scott on the pace truck. You have to use the inside line to make the pass, throw the slide, catch the gear, and go, but you can't run the inside line. It'll be interesting to see what happens for the rest of the race.
So, inside of 40 to go here, as we're going to coming to a restart, the end of lap 11, beginning of lap 12, and Zach Leonardi is going to be starting on the front row, but we saw him pick up that race lead on the opening start when Bergeron wasn't able to quite get the restart he needed. Can Bergeron time the restart? Doesn't think so. Zach Leonardi is going to be clear in towards 1 and 2. Bergeron's going to settle for 2nd. Weaver has got he's got his hands full with the 115 to John Fiddler. Weaver's going to drop back into 4th.
Yeah, I was going to say, Weaver did not get a good run off of that. That inside line seems to be a bit of a death sentence. There's some trouble back in the field. There's the number 2 machine of Dylan Hauser. He ended up getting some rough and tumble with Tyler DeCarm, as the entirety of this backfield is absolutely sliding back and forth, as Kevin Dedman is going to try an outside pass on Dylan Hauser. Obviously, that's not going to work. The back of the field, all sorts of action.
Yeah, you got the 35 machine and Nick Cooper making moves here. He's kind of slicing back and forth. He made one move on Dylan Hauser, makes another on Tyler Ducharme, and makes both of them stick. So well done there by Cooper, but those two down on the bottom going to sling it way aggressive. The 35 of Cooper's in the wall, and who's that? Dylan Hauser got into it as well. Things are really physical out here in the back. You'd think they'd be running for $1 million. There's a spin. One of the McKinneys is involved, and that was in front of the entire field.
Yeah, what had happened is coming off of corner number 4, Mike McKinney had help from Jacob Leverstein, and McKinney somehow managed to hold it on, but obviously going into 1, I think he was a little incensed at Leverstein. He wasn't able to slow up the car, and I frankly think he might have been saying hello, but he obviously got turned in the rear, and he got turned around, and coming out of the front, boy, oh boy, there was, what, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 cars looking right at him.
So, field is getting its way back under power and rolling here as we come to the second caution of the night. That 24, Zach Leonardi, has to be pretty happy with himself, Cam. He got that lead on the opening jump of on lap number 1, able to time Alex to perfection, and Alex on that restart wasn't quite able to do so. Might be a little bit of mental games being played there to a certain extent if Leonardi thinks he can hold on to that.
Yeah, and you know what, though? Bergeron has been trying many, many times to get these starts right. He has to deal with restarts all the time. And you know what? I'm going to say, for Bergeron, this is probably one of the first times I have seen somebody else win as far as it goes on the restarts. So for Leonardi, he has got to be proud of that one.
So, through in towards corners number 1 and 2, they're going to go lights out on a safety truck. And we are getting ready to go back to green flag racing, coming to lap number 18. Excuse me, we're coming to the end of lap 18, beginning of lap 19. Let's see if Alex Bergeron can time this restart a little bit better. He did that to Nick Cooper to win at Lima Land, and it was about at this phase of the race when it happened. Can it happen here? On that second row, Howard Weaver has sort of the optimal line in that 4th spot as well. 24 gets on it, and once again, Alex doesn't have the reaction times. Leonardi has the lead in towards 1 and 2, and the 115 to John Fiddler, trying to make something happen underneath both Bergeron and Weaver, but it's not going to happen. A little bit of contact with him in the 14 of Casey Kerwin, who's had a fantastic start.
Yeah, most certainly, and it's that high side right now as far as the restarts go. That is what matters. Everybody going to that high side minus Austin Sumlin, who is trying desperately to run at least middle to high. It's not working.
A bit of contact. The 24 machine's in the wall. Alex Bergeron pulls alongside. A little bit of contact. Bergeron has the lead, but Weaver has momentum in towards 1 and 2. He's going to try to slide up. He has the top groove, but Bergeron powers down to the inside. The 07 machine so close, Cam, to being able to hold on to that race lead.
And this is the second time we have seen Zach Leonardi go into that outside wall in corners number 3 and 4. Wasn't able to dance the devil's dance on that outside here at Eldora, and it put him in. Alex Bergeron for the second time now has seen that happen. He was able to capitalize this time. How they held together, Randy, I don't know.
So through 1 and 2, they're going to come. These guys right up against the outside wall. 12 machine of Bergeron gives it a smack. Believes the 115 of Fiddler did in 4th. The 9 machine of Matt McKinney's going to make a move on him. He's going to make that 115 car John Fiddler pay. Fiddler wants to get into the outside wall as the 07 of Howard Weaver seems to have made a mistake as well, because Bergeron now has about 0.6 of a second when before he only had a couple hundredths. A little bit of contact off at 2 as we once again go yellow. Big pile up in 1 and 2.
Yeah, I thought Nabruji was involved in this one. No, this is going to be, I believe, what, one of McKinney's? No, it was Carter, ended up hitting somebody, then Joshua Lawton, and then Mike McKinney. It was just an accordion effect there, and McKinney got absolutely pushed into that outside wall. I fear his day might be done. No, looks to me like his car is at least decent enough to keep going, so going on him, but he's going to be sitting way back.
Yep, unfortunate there for these guys as we go yellow once again. I think the good thing that's happening here, Cam, is that we're not losing too many cars with these incidents. They're relatively light contacts. They're just kind of, you know, someone's getting spun, maybe getting a little bit of damage, but we haven't gotten any heavy hits here from any of these incidents. We've only seen 1 car go out of the race, and that was Justin Thomas about 16 laps ago. Everyone else is still pretty much under power and pretty much running good pace.
Yeah, I mean, this is really dancy out there, is the term I will just make up as, I will say, race control, getting a little bit of a finger wiggle. We're going to go double restart only one more time. That's all they'll get in Randy. My favorite part of this whole thing, we're only halfway there. This is going to be good. This is why I like we have 50 laps here at Eldora. I'm pretty excited, but let's see here. Leonardi, this is going to be him starting on the inside. We've always seen these guys on the inside not get anywhere. Where is Leonardi going to slot himself in?
Going to be interesting. He's starting down low, as Cam said. Halfway here. Hopefully we're not living on a prayer as they roll down the back straightaway. Lights out. One more attempt at double file restarts, hoping we can go green. Can Howard Weaver make something happen here to get himself up towards the point? 12 machine of Alex Bergeron starting offline. If Howard can time it, he might have an open gate. 12 car waits. He gets on it. Howard gets a decent restart. Might be able to just make something of this, but no. The 12 car shuts the door. 24 Leonardi trying to open it up down on the bottom. That's not going to work out. He's going to drive spots. John Fiddler going to cycle into third. We got contact here at the tail end. We're going to be going back to single file restarts. Who we got? Randall Carter, Brandon Schmidt, and Nick Cooper all involved.
Yeah, basically, I think a bunch of cars ended up making some contact. Casey Kerwin kind of was a little straight going into the corner there as Tyler DeCarm was going through. That slowed him up, and I believe it was Nick Cooper just reactionary, just a little bit off the throttle, and Kevin Deadman just kind of not drove through him, but he didn't really maybe see that there was a little bit of an accordion effect. It was just enough to send him around. So we're going to go single file restarts now. And you know what? Hey, if that's going to get this ball rolling, Randy, I'm okay with it.
Yep, I think so. So we're going to have a single file restart here, and I believe we'll stay single file to the end. The 20 laps we have left. And I will say, Cam, those sorts of incidents are really easy to have happen when you have a track like this where it's upper groove and everyone's so tight, because if there's one little checkup out in front, that third or fourth car back can't necessarily see that. And so really, you know, the car in front might be able to check up and the next car in line happens, but quite often that fourth, fifth car that's sort of in that accordion, so to speak, usually is going to run into the back of that car that's out in front of them, and there's really not much they can do about it. It's a really common incident to have whenever a top groove is as fast as it is here tonight.
I think it's common enough to see in perhaps other racing, but you know what? When we see, you know, these World Championship guys, you know, you should have that sense by now that there might be something happening. You know what? It's okay to lose a tenth. It's okay to lose 1.5 tenths. Just lifting off the throttle just to make sure everything's A-okay. You're not going to throw yourself in the wall, obviously, but you know what? We'll see as we're about to go green here at Eldora.
So through 3 and 4, where is that 12 machine going to line it up? iRacing safety truck to the safety of pit road, and he gets on a little bit late, and he's going to lead easily across the stripe. 07 of Howard Weaver runs that second spot. Fiddler third, Leonardi fourth, McKinney rounds out your top 5. Everyone's pretty much single file. One machine of Austin Carr goes around down the back. We're yellow again.
I'm bummed that the yellow flag came out because Austin Carr didn't have any contact with anybody. He's got himself circled around. So unfortunate there, but Austin Carr's going to find himself out with the back here. See what happened once again here as these guys
Irwin
are
just kind of got in the back of him.
Yeah, so we're taking a page out of the sprint car book, I guess.
Yeah, maybe a little bit. As you saw that one car of Austin Carr just sort of gets sent around by the 14. It wasn't a hard hit, just enough. And that's the other thing. As slick as that top side is, Cam, when everyone's running it, they put you put both those rear tires basically in the slick stuff. If someone behind you hits you a little bit, brings those rear tires off the ground just a little bit, or even just takes a little weight off them, don't even necessarily have to get them off the dirt. You're pretty much just going to get sent right around.
Yeah, and I think for me, it's one of those situations where the track is as such that these guys are on the brink as it is. Normally with these late models, you get some play. We saw that play in the heats. We've gotten to the point where the top line is so worn in that nothing you can do is going to stop you from going around if you do. So it's one of those things about Eldora. It happens in real life as the lights go out once again, hopefully for the last time, fingers crossed, as we're getting ready to go green again.
15 laps to go is what we're going to be having here on this restart. Now, I said earlier that most of these incidents, I believe, are on 5 or 6 cautions. And now we've only lost 3 cars in this race, still 17 on track on the lead lap. Brandon Schmidt is 5 laps down and 18th with damage. Same with Josh Lawton, who's 8 laps down and 19th. And Justin Thomas down 25, rounding out the tail end of the field. 12 car. Alex Bergeron in command of the field once again. running right up against that outside wall. Doesn't want to give Howard Weaver any opening whatsoever. And Alex waits. He gets on it. A little bit better reaction this time from Howard. They head in towards corners number 1 and 2. As Alex is going to be relatively safe here. A little bit of a scrape of the wall through 1 and 2. But he's going to open that gap up down the back straightaway on Howard.
Yeah, and Bergeron just seems super comfortable on that high side. Unlike Leonardi, you can actually see Leonardi having to straighten out his machine a couple of times through 3 and 4. Anthony McKinney looking to capitalize on that as Tyler DeCarm looks to get involved in this one, as it looks like we finally have a green here, as Howard Weaver is going to be the man for the job to chase down Alex Bergeron.
Will he be able to make anything of this? And will he even be able to get there? Because catching's one thing, passing is entirely another. He reeled him in by 0.04 of a second that lap, and he's going to need to find some way to do a lot more than that as he heads in towards corners number 3 and 4. John Fiddler as well is in that 3rd spot. Leonardi, a little bit of contact with the outside wall through 3 and 4. That's going to allow Matt McKinney to reel him in just a little bit. You also have Tyler DeCarm just on his tail end as they chase each other through 1 and 2. A little bit of a slider behind. I believe that was the 777 of Leverstein getting a move made on him by the 14 of Casey Kerwin. That 14 car being very aggressive. The 777 throws the move right back, and Casey's going to try to power down in towards 1.
And Casey Kerwin, massive slider, but Leverstein's going to see it. He's going to be able to easily get right on by once again and park it going into 3 and 4. They're going to slide in, and Howard Weaver has been absolutely quick as he is chasing down Alex Bergeron. He has caught Alex Bergeron just like he caught the outside wall going into the backstretch and going into 3 and 4. He's going to have to recover. No, he's in the outside wall again. So apparently the commentator's curse does work on dirt ovals, confirmed.
9/10 of a second now is going to be the gap. It was down to about 2, so Howard Weaver in the 07. I think his objective needs to go from reeling in Alex to holding off that 115 of John Fiddler. He's getting for a solid second place run. 25 car going to get sent around. That's Tyler DeCarm who gets sent in corners number 3 and 4. He was in the process of trying to stick a slide job on who was that. I believe that was Matt McKinney who was up top, and Tyler, he threw it, and I don't know. I don't think he was quite ever going to be clear. I think that may have been a little over aggressive from the 25.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think he was close enough when he split off. I mean, he basically was going from high to low fully, and you know, that outside line was just enough. I mean, you could see just how much grip McKinney had on that top side line. That put DeCarm around, and you know what? Good on everyone else in the entire field. Nobody else hit him, and he spun in the middle of the circuit. So great job for the rest of this World Championship field to not make contact with DeCarm. So we're going to rack him up one more time. So field will be getting a restart here. I think the next caution will end it, because the lights haven't gone out quite yet. It's not, you don't have as many caution laps in the dirt racing as you do on the NASCAR and IndyCar side of things, but still, it's about 4 laps is what you're going to get on the average caution. So depending when the lights go out, they should be going this time by. If we get a very quick caution, we might be able to get it back going again, but from here on out, Cam, for the most part, another caution ends it. Yeah, and that would just be a pity. We've seen great heat racing. We had a pretty decent consolation race. Let's see if we can get a good finish here, and will anyone be able to unthrone or dethrone, whatever the technical language is, Alex Bergeron, as we'll see here, as these guys are racing for cash money, Randy. Got to remember that, and that might just affect their decision-making.
Yep, $17K cash and prizes, and of course $300 to the race winner of this event. Lights are out, so we are going green right here, right now. Howard Weaver gets another chance potentially to make a move after making that mistake. Will he be able to make that happen, or will it be all in the 12 car? Green flag flies. Weaver gets a decent restart, but not a great one. As they head off towards 1 and 2, Howard giving a little bit of wiggle room to that outside wall. Doesn't want to find himself smacking that outside wall with so many cars lined up behind. They head through 3 and 4, come to 3 to go.
And Alex Bergeron, might he have the gap he needs to get the cash as he's running that high side? Will he do what Leonardi did earlier and manage to tap the outside wall at 3 and 4? Looks like he's got it pretty set up, as Weaver doesn't seem to have anything dialed in. John Fiddler's there as well, but here comes Leonardi. One car's almost around. They straighten it out.
It's a 777 of Jacob Leverstein, and there's still a little bit of contact. I think Dylan Hauser is involved in this. You have the 28 as well, as out in front, the 12 car of Alex Bergeron. He's going to get the white flag. 1/2 mile trip here for him. The 07 of Howard Weaver. 0.4 of a second is the gap. Will Alex be able to be picture perfect here for the last quarter of a mile here through 3 and 4 for the final time. 12 machine up top. Weaver tried the bottom because why not? But it's going to be the 12th car of Alex Bergeron who 3-peats here at Eldora. The 07 of Howard Weaver going to come home in second with Fiddler, Leonardi, and McKinney rounding out your top 5.